37th parallel on America's haunted highway, it's Pixelated Paranormal, your guide to the unusual and the strange.
Hello.
Oh no.
And welcome to our D&D game with the friends, Jordan, Joe,
I feel
and Caradoc. And also, and who are they the friends of? Well, that would be the Pixelated Paranormal crew, which is Sean and Preston.
What's up?
And I'm your game master, Rob.
That settles it. I'm subscribing. That's all I needed. Just a little support from you guys. And you showed it. You listened to what I had to say, and you valued me, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, not only that, Jordan, but last night we actually thought you were watching the podcast live, so we wished you a happy belated birthday to some guy named Matt, apparently.
Yeah, we were so excited because somebody was like something ace, and we're like, oh my god, it's fucking Jordan. And he's like, my name's Matt. We're like, fuck you, Matt. You're not Jordan. We don't care.
His handle was Acre Ace, and I've always known Matt to have a different handle when he watches us. Apparently, he has 2 YouTube accounts. So we're like, "Hey, what's up, Jordan?" And he's like, "No, it's Matt. I had to change accounts."
Womp womp.
Womp.
All right. And last time that we guys, I introduced everybody, but I didn't have to say everybody say hi. So let's start with Jordan.
Hi.
The birthday boy.
Also, Caradoc. Well, that was a while ago. I'm much older now.
A few days. A few days. Did you have a good birthday?
It was fine. It was a good day. I was working on the show for the kids and my job, so very busy, but not bad.
Right on. And Joe, how's it go?
It goes well. Today I will be inhabiting the soul of Vincent Fulminare the Indecisive.
Does he go on? Does he stay behind?
Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't even know.
Caradoc.
Hello. I would like to thank all of the viewers for watching YouTube title 1, the Pixelated Paranormal Podcast, Pixelated Plays D&D Campaign Part 22.
Part 22. Woo!
But there's a 1 at the beginning for some reason.
Yeah, it might be a typo. My bad.
And then there's Preston.
I just, maybe we should start taking bets because apparently everybody thinks I'm going to die tonight. So let's make some money off of this.
5 gold on Quasar's death.
Anybody got 2-to-1 odds on me? Anybody want to throw down some buckaroos for old Yip Yip? I'm good.
Yeah. Yip, I think you're gonna live. I just think Quasar's gonna.
I've been trying to kill you since game 1, so one day it's gonna happen.
Yeah, one day it is gonna happen.
And then finally, Sean.
So, like I was saying earlier, flamingos actually bend their legs at the ankles and not the knees.
Wow.
Last time I bent myself at the ankle, I was in a lot of pain for a week.
Your ankles?
They're fused. He has cadaver ankles.
Oof.
Yeah. The weird thing is trying to get him through customs. Sir, what's
Suddenly
in the
I
bag?
feel young again.
All right, and when we last left off, I don't have a special guest because we've done Shakespeare already.
Mimic
so...
boys.
No mimic.
My name's a mimic.
I was a boat last episode and the dumb bird man touched me. Now I'm going to eat him. Ho, ho, ho.
I didn't like the
Wow, that was a pretty good... That's exactly what happened last week. So
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Preston. Thanks for that
Yep.
recap.
You forgot the part where the rest of our party abandoned us once we finally came down there to save them, and then, now you're
You
up
mean
to
the
speed.
part where you found us and then you abandoned us? Because
I
if your
can't
goal
find
is
you
to
if I
save us,
didn't lose you.
caught
I
up to
knew
it?
you were down there the whole time.
So are we saved?
Yeah, you guys were fine. You're out of harm's way like
Everything.
usual. And Preston and
Great,
I are
so you
down
can-
there.
So So you
Trying to
completed the
convince
mission,
her.
and you could have come back to secure the prisoner, and
Tried to
you just thought
complete
it
the
was
mission
more
a long
important to
time
go for
ago
a
by
walk,
slitting
and
his
then go
throat.
ride, and-
Yeah, just want to point this out. If we stuck to Plan A, like I wanted to, we wouldn't be in this predicament, would we?
Well, Plan A also involves you
All
getting
right.
murdered, and I don't like that.
We didn't see how that played out yet.
All right. So here we are. Everybody needs to roll initiative. Well, and
Everybody in the
not Carrie-
cave.
not everybody in the cave.
Everybody with a set of stones that stayed in the cave needs
And-
to roll for initiative.
And I need Preston to roll it twice because he's at disadvantage.
Ugh.
If there was some way that I would know this is happening, how long would it take me to reach them from running all the way to the hill, into the building, down the ladder, down the cave? Multiple
I
rounds, I
think
would
it
assume.
took when you guys were running like 60 feet around. I think it took you like maybe 7 rounds.
You got it. And I got
I
little
don't
legs.
know. Did you get a text message on the lizard? Like, what? How did you find
And
this
last
out?
time I knew, the lizard hung up. So I'm just saying,
The
if
lizard
some
mobile.
way I am told.
I was on my way down to try and find Vincent, and so unless Vincent sends out another message to Caradoc's going to be up top until we can get word to him.
I'm waiting 2 minutes, and then I'm leaving.
Combat never lasts that long.
Very quickly, you seen when Yip Yip reaches out to the boat, his hand becomes glued to it, like you can see an adhesive as he tries to pull away, and you see the boat kind of start bending in the middle and teeth showing up, and it's going to get a surprise round attack. By the way, I've seen the new rules for D&D 5th edition, or the new rules, and I like the idea that surprise is now just initiative. That's way easier to do a surprise round, I think. So, and it's going to try to take a bite.
The fuck it is. It misses.
Yip.
Bam. Suck on that, box.
But it has advantage because you are grappled. So
Got a face full of feathers.
Fucking misses
Oh
again.
man, so it misses both times. So like this thing tries to clip in it. You just see, you kind of move your whole arm to the side and get kind of between two teeth as it closes, and it just kind of misses your arm. And then we will go up to Vincent.
Yip
first
Yip got
round.
gummed by
Yeah,
a
hold
boat.
on.
my goodness. so
real
spooky.
quick, Matt over on Twitch says President ain't ever gonna die. Thanks, Matt. We're glad you're here and we don't have you confused with Jordan this time around. And also, Twitch, I don't know. I don't know how Twitch works, but if it has audio, I mean, good enough. Really, you should be watching on Rumble or YouTube or Facebook. That's really where it's at. Fuck Twitch. Carry on. Thanks, Matt.
I don't know
Thanks
about
for the
Twitch.
vote of
Yeah,
confidence,
is this
bud.
Matt from last night?
Yeah.
Hey, happy
Is this,
birthday,
is
Matt.
this, yeah, happy birthday, Matt. This is Matt from last night?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Okay, see, what's up, Matt? Thanks for joining us, buddy.
All right.
It's just an entirely different Matt. The
All right.
confusion continues.
Vincent, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Cast web, cast web, cast
This
web.
is a mimic. I know what mimics do. I will cast lightning at it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. That is a hit.
As a second level witch bolt for 2d12 damage.
Oh shit!
And then I'll be concentrating and I will take, I don't know, like a step back.
All right.
And I'll say, get away from it.
Okay, it kind of makes a growling sound. And it looks real angry as it's holding on to Yip Yip's arm. Quazga, it is your turn.
I look over at Yip Yip and I say, thumbs up, thumbs down. Can you safely be an archer with only one hand? Fair. Okay, just checking in. I just scream tally ho and I run up beside him. And if anybody guessed I was going to pull out my rapier, you get 3 points.
Oh, you beautiful
that's a
green
hit.
faced son of a bitch. Good roll.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
Oh, damn. Damn!
Yeah, fuck this thing. It's my bird.
Goddamn right.
We've been
done.
through too much. We've been through entirely too much. And then another rapier shot, right? Because I have
Yep.
2 of them.
Yeah. That is a hit.
We'll take it.
All right. Yeah, that was that thing is bloodied. We're gonna use that terminology when it drops below half hit points. We're gonna use that term bloodied,
Oh,
which is back.
nice.
So it
Good
is
term.
bloodied.
It is bloodied. Fuck yeah.
All
I
right.
don't know the anatomy of a boat, so I just stabbed it a bunch of times.
I don't know the anatomy of a boat.
I think I hit it in the hole, Hull, and then the other one I hit him in the hole, HOLE, as a sneak attack.
All
I
right,
know
yep,
where
yep.
boats poop.
You are grappled by this thing. If you have a small weapon, you could use it, or you can try to use your strength to get away from it.
Like,
But your strength will be at disadvantage.
like a small weapon as let me see what I got here. Short sword.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
I like it.
Damn, that is a hit. Oh wait, hold
Not
on.
bad.
Oh, sorry. It's a disadvantage
sorry.
because you're grappled. So I need you to roll it again. You missed.
Cocksucker.
Look,
Okay, but hold on. I
Yep,
get to,
understand.
I got an extra move anyway.
Cast,
Because of my Gloomstalker.
cast
So,
Rain of Thorns.
yeah.
Fuck this
You
thing.
got to hold on, Sean. What did you say? What'd you say? Yip yip.
I have 2 attack actions per turn plus Gloomstalker.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
I can do this like 6 more times and hope I get a hit on this little bastard. So
Do it.
okay.
That's bro, that might hit. That's just enough to hit. That's it. That's a hit.
Okay.
There it is. That's my boy.
Well, I'm just flailing that sword around, 7 points of damage. Gonna do my Gloomstalker.
Just squawking.
Yeah.
Disadvantage. That's a miss.
Okay. Hey, you know what?
So the
I'll
bird starts flailing. Feathers are going everywhere. He's trying to stab at this thing in the mouth. Yep. And you see one of the you see these pseudopods come up off this thing like big old boxing gloves, and it punches you in the face. Or it tries. Does a 20 hit you?
fuck, a 20 does. Damn it.
All right. So yeah, you take a big 11 points of damage to your face and beak.
Damn.
Oof.
All right, still got 16 hit points.
And it growls at you.
You're gonna be tasty after I tenderize you.
It can speak common. That's crazy.
Hey,
I was thinking the same thing.
Words.
Oh my god.
Slow.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I look at that fucking boat with teeth. That's what it gets.
Vincent, your turn once again.
I think I'm shook to my core hearing it speak. Wait, it's intelligent. Let me talk to it.
Talk to
Let me
it.
talk to you.
Don't- Mimics talk telepathically, so it would have been straight to Yip Yip.
Okay,
Okay.
sure. That's right.
In that case, I will concentrate. Not bad.
All right, 12 points of damage. All of a sudden, this thing just melts. And it becomes like a jelly and just kind of drips off of Yip Yip's arm and into the water.
Oh, thank fuck.
Oh, you were right.
I just like to tell all the naysayers that thought I was going to die tonight. I give you the big feathery middle finger because Daddy's still walking.
Hey, Rob nerfed the mimic.
Huh?
Right?
You nerfed it.
I know. I nerfed the mimic.
See that? There you go, Preston. Before you get too
2
big
more
britches.
boat mimics come from the lake.
A
I
fleet
mean, we
of
were
boatmen.
doing fairly well. I'd almost be willing to say, let's give it one more turn, Rob, if you nerfed it.
Well, the reason why I nerfed it is because it would have had 3 attack rounds, and it might have killed Preston outright in the first round.
Perfectly balanced.
Level
Fair.
5.
Gotta learn something.
So it was more of a canoe mimic, not so much a rowboat, more of a canoe, a single person canoe.
Yeah.
Listen, we're in a cave. We're level 5. We didn't bring any healers. It's fine.
Fine. My
I look
plan
over to
was
Vincent and I kind of just raise an eyebrow.
my plan was for the racist wizard to sit on my lap. I mean, I realized it wasn't a very big boat. We were gonna have a joyride, but I'm alive. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I raise an eyebrow over at Vincent and I say, we haven't needed a healer yet. And I kind of shake my bag and you hear the sound of one solitary healing potion kind of jingle around. We came prepared. Cool. Well, I walk over and put an arm around Yip Yip and his bloody arm and say, how's it feel, buddy? On a scale of 1 to holy shit, how's that thing feel? And the roof of the cave begins to rumble and stalactites start falling.
Rocks fall.
And-
Everyone dies.
We brained our wizard.
Mm-hmm. I feel good about the wizard now.
Cool.
though.
Well,
I
I'm gonna
mean,
be
he
honest.
stayed in the party. He like finally got some stones. Like he might be part of this crew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I walk over and I put my arm around Vincent and I say, well, buddy, how's it feel? I think we just gave you a pair of stones.
Well, I have this one stone, and I'll pull out my crystal ball.
There you go. I breathe on it and kind of polish it with my my sleeve of my robe.
What?
I
Are
just
you
go like
sure
this.
you are
Shh. You're
going
welcome.
down?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of hoping that mimic would die and we could ride its corpse across the water to chase after Lady Music Box. But I don't know. What's the plan now? Yip yip.
What about the other path? The path that was a failure path that we didn't go down that probably wouldn't have killed us. I mean, honestly, our options here are either go down the failure path or reconnect with the other two that are outside.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Vincent? We should probably go up there and make sure they're still alive.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea to me. If nothing else, then for you to say goodbye.
Can we look around, see if there's anything to loot?
There is. Well, give me a investigation roll. Yep. You found a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Yep,
Can I look around?
Vincent.
You kind of, Vincent, you kind of see below the waves. You see what looks to be a crate. That is a wooden crate that seems to be kind of smashed a little bit. Like there's like part of it kind of broken off. But kind of below the water surface a little bit.
Yeah, before anybody touches it, can we like prod it with a rock or something?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be like, I think this may have been an old smuggler's hideaway. I think someone may have been using this. Was why the mimic knew to hide as a boat. But it looks like there's something under the waves there. If we want to check it out.
I mean, you could prod it with something.
Yeah, let me get my 10-foot pole out of my classic AD&D Adventures kit.
Pants? Oh, sorry.
Classic could always hit it with a rapier.
I mean, I have a couple staffs.
He could also bash his skull against it. That'd probably be good.
I
Yeah,
don't think you're down here. You don't know what's going on.
It's kind of like just right
Should
off
be
the
Evanston.
shore as it gets a little deeper. So it's probably about 5 feet underwater.
Okay. What do I roll to drop a handful of ball bearings on it?
Like you don't have to roll anything.
Sweet. I drop a handful of ball bearings on it.
Roll an intelligence check.
Right. Athletics. Direct hit.
I hope there's no current.
You drop these ball bearings in the water, and they do get caught by a current because the water is moving quite fast for a little lake, for a little river underneath the in this cave. But a couple of them actually fall and hit the crate, and nothing happens.
Pseudopods everywhere. Sweet, Vincent. I think you should grab that crate and lift it out of the water.
Oh, could you imagine how difficult it'd be to dry these robes off? I don't think that's the job for me.
Look, buddy, we've seen some shit before you arrived at the party. You can disrobe. I won't tell.
I will.
Soft jazz
I'm
plays.
embarrassed to
in
admit
the
I never
background.
learned how to swim.
We don't need you to swim. I'll hold on to you.
Embarrassing.
Fuck it, I'll just push him out, his old ass, crumbly ass out of the way, and I'll go. Even though I'm like half crippled, my arm just almost got
I
taken
grab
off
Yip Yip's. I grab Yip Yip by the back of the collar and I slap him on the beak and I say no. And I walk
If it
over.
was only 7 rounds, then I should be there by now.
You'd think, but you probably got the wrong
Did
current.
you actually hit here?
Yeah, I was going there to try
He's coming to get me.
if Vincent wanted to come back with us, I was trying to
Oh, that's
help
right.
make sure he had a way back.
Yeah, I don't have dark vision.
Well,
Or
well,
light
if
source.
Andreas is doing whatever he's doing, I'm going to reach down and grab this crate and pull it out.
Ta-da!
What do we get?
We get a Savandrius.
Oh, he's not in the crate. He'd be dead by now. I changed my mind. I pushed the crate back down to stand on it.
As you kind of start pulling this thing out of the water, like the boards are kind of rotted, and so you see what seems to be a bunch of rusted scimitars fall out of the bottom of this thing.
Horse people?
Scimitars, not centaurs.
Oh.
And some rotted leather armor. And you just see also various like rusted metal pieces
Good.
that have probably rotted off of different swords and stuff.
Fair. Cool. Hey, hold on a second, guys. I think I hear footsteps.
I think Vincent would probably hear him way before you did.
You would think, but you're not down here yet.
I am. I am down there.
Then say something, Copernicus.
I don't know what's going on. And I probably want to sneak up and try and startle you, not realizing you were just in a very easy fight.
I'm old
You're
and I
right,
have a
I
heart
didn't see
attack and I
shit.
die.
Oof. I was hoping for Quazga, but the racist guy will do.
Right. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
All right.
I mean,
you
yeah,
kind
it
of
just
see
looks
the
like an old smuggler's cache to me, is what I'll say.
you notice that when you did bring up the part of the chest that you could see that like the wood on top did say the Carrier and Rose armory store from Neverwinter.
No winged serpents on the box.
You know what? You did see a winged serpent symbol on this box, but it does not. It looked like it was put there after, at some point after it had been,
Yeah.
or
Scratching
after
in the
this.
side or something.
Yeah,
Is it painted or carved in?
I don't have any use of it either.
it's carved.
Okay. I'm going to take
In
a
fact,
mental
it's almost
note.
like not so much carved. It's not. Hold on. It's not carved. It's almost like it has been burned into the side of it.
Like branded.
Branded. Yeah.
With my mimicry skills, I think that's something I would want to pay attention to, so I'm going to make a mental note of that up here.
Yeah. You have a perfect idea of what the Zentarum winged serpent crate would look like.
Well, I suppose I'll turn around and start heading back. Oh, hello, Savandrius.
Fuck.
Hey, let's go.
Hey,
Paradox
look who's
waiting.
down here just in time.
You're not here. You're further ahead.
No, I walked over. That's what I've been doing this whole time.
By the logic you put out earlier when you said I'm not there yet, you're not there yet either.
I mean, I just only had to go like 40 feet.
My wife also told me to tell you guys thanks for telling her that you loved her.
Oh, she's welcome.
She's great.
Happy birthday, Rob's wife.
Tell her thanks for putting up with
Happy
you.
birthday, Rob's wife. Her
Surprise,
birthday.
Bobby's actually Matt.
And it was Matt's birthday after all.
Oh, gotcha, good fuckers.
Fine.
All right, yip. So what are we doing, man? Are we going to head back upstairs and see what's going on?
Might as well. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all are coming
Wrap
back
some
up.
dry cloth around Yip's arm and tighten it real tight and give him a little, pat on the shoulder.
Little kiss on the cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's good that we have. Where's Caradoc?
I mean, he said he was getting ready to go. I'm just coming down here to grab you and head back. Shall we head out?
You hear that, Yip? It sounds like a bunch of hot air coming from farther up this tunnel. Doop, 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 doop.
Yeah, I think we should go.
Hey, Savandrius, you got here just in time. What's the word upstairs?
Sure.
Is the spider still breathing?
Yeah.
Fuck.
We're gonna take him to the capital, and hopefully he's not after we turn him in.
Yeah. Well, maybe before we get there. Who knows? Well, we took
I feel
care of business down here. No thanks to you. We killed a mimic boat.
Oh, hey!
Yeah.
No shit.
No shit.
No
Holy crap!
I just
What's
hold up.
Yip
I
say?
might not
If
need
he's
to babysit
lying, he's
Cal as
dying.
much after all.
I just hold up my damaged arm.
What happened? Damaged arm.
Yeah.
I think you
We'll
got
go get
punched
you
in
some
the
healing
face.
from
You
the
never
various-
actually got damage to the arm.
Oh, you
I
had
thought-
gum,
I thought
remember?
I thought my arm was stuck in his mouth. Wouldn't it have like teeth marks and shit on it?
Yeah, but you were able to dodge the teeth, and so you never got bit. But the
Oh.
pseudopod came up and punched you in the face the next round.
Yeah. You got some
Oh.
contusions.
Yeah.
Do you need to go see the Cara doctor?
A little bit of a broken beak.
I like that.
Oof.
Doctor.
Cara doctor. Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Well, kudos for taking on the mimic. Holy shit. Well
Yeah,
done,
you should have been
everybody.
there. You should have been there, and I shoulder past him.
I was on my way, but
Can't
y'all
hear you.
chose to leave
I
without.
can't hear you.
Okay.
I'm further up the
That's
tunnel.
cool. I really don't care if you can hear me or not anymore.
Yeah, that's weird.
I
I just kind of let out an echoing, billowing
I-
fart.
I just walk up to Saphandrius and, my feathered hand. I just kind of put it on the side of his face and kind of give it a nice sensual rub and then just walk away.
Love interest.
I cast healing word on Yip Yip.
Did it sound like this? I'm sorry. I wasn't
You get
there.
8 hit points back.
Nice.
No,
Oh.
wait.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was 8
Okay.
on the. I didn't realize I didn't have to roll it like that again after. My bad.
Did you just change to purple?
Again, Yip Yip didn't want me to be there. Yip Yip wanted Caradoc and I to move on, so I'm sure Yip Yip's not unhappy that I wasn't there.
Can't hear you. I'm farther up the tunnel because I don't got to use a fucking torch because I'm a man with dark vision and you suck and you can't sing that well.
Rude.
I said it loud enough to echo down the tunnel.
All right, what are the rest of you doing? Because
Singing along.
Guys moving on.
I'll hold on to somebody's hand while they guide me down.
I'll take your hand. Come on. Let's go.
I mean, Savandrius probably has a
I brought
torch.
a lantern. Yeah, I
Yeah.
brought a
Okay, that
lantern.
works. That works.
But you can hold my hand if you want, old man. I'll help you cross the street.
Get your Boy Scout badge for the day.
Yep. I don't think they give Boy Scout badges to people who hang out with people like Quazga.
No, they don't. There's a word for Boy Scouts when you get to be where I'm at. It's called survivalist. Now, I point out that, hey, look, we got two ways to go. We can go back the way we came, or there's also this other path that leads to adventure. What says you, Sophandrius?
I mean, as much as I like adventure, we really need to get this prisoner escorted back to where he goes. I'd rather see justice. So I'm
Here,
gonna
let's go get your dad.
Oh, my dad's dead.
Mm.
Died tragically when I was a very, very young child.
I say,
Who's
yep.
your father?
What
What was that, Vincent?
I was asked who your dad was. What happened?
Oh, he was a wizard's apprentice back in shoot, I don't even remember the time. Before this area got attacked, our village got attacked. He was the apprentice to somebody. I don't remember who it was. And we fled, my brother and I, to the Witchlight Carnival. Well, I was too young. He fled and took me with him.
He said he was an apprentice?
Yes, he was.
Hmm.
Around these
Always sad
parts, I
to lose
believe.
promise.
I'm sure it was. My brother thought pretty highly of him, so must have been a good man. Never knew him myself, but
And how old were you when this happened, Savandrius?
I'm thinking somewhere around like 4. So maybe I'd have like slight memories, but I wouldn't really know him, you know?
Wait a minute, who asked that? What was that voice?
I'm asking him personally, like outside of the game, because
You got a text on the lizard.
I did forget what my dad's name was. What we
didn't.
decided was it? Okay, well, I would tell him what it was
Hornswoggle.
too.
Jason.
Ted.
I don't think it was Jason. What'd you say it was, Rob?
Cecil.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He changed it to
My dad's name
Wormfood, though.
was Cecil.
Cecil.
And Vincent, you kind of have a little bit of a memory. Because,
Just a little
funnily
bit of one.
enough, your first apprentice name was Cecil.
Are we about to find out that Caradoc is Sophandrius' dad?
Yep.
Sure.
And that Caradoc is an apprentice wizard, and that he died and came back to life just like.
And my name's Cecil.
Yep. Cecil. It used to be.
Next time on
Changed it.
Maury.
You got your doctorate.
Also secretly a human. Just really, really short.
So
I didn't say my dad was human. You're making a lot of assumptions.
So Vincent,
So is Quazga.
Always. I expect it from Quazga.
Always.
So Vincent, you're remembering back to before you were waterlogged for almost 500 years.
Mm-hmm.
You had been part of a group of wizards in Neverwinter called the Covenant. And you remember a meeting before you headed to Phandelver, like a few years before you headed to Phandelver. Of the leader of the Covenant was a man named Morgan, and they were having a big get together with a bunch of different wizards because
Hardy.
they had been hearing at the spine of the world there was an orc army that had been building, and it had already destroyed a few little villages on the path to Neverwinter, and it seemed that they were headed to try to take over Neverwinter. They still had a little while to get there. And Morgan stands up there in front of the wizards, and he's like, "Gentlemen and ladies, I come to you telling you that these orcs are coming for our city. I've been communicating with some of the higher elders, and we realize that we can't let this happen. And so, even though it could be deadly, we have decided that we plan to go to war against this orc army." And you kind of start listening to the crowd, and you see a lot of younger wizards that have just, some of them have just gotten their first apprentices. There's a lot of apprentices there as well. And you kind of feel like a lot of nervousness, like that this thing's very dangerous. How do you feel about this, Vincent?
I mean, I think at this point in my life, I primarily am like, okay, huge orc army. I'm not built for that. I mean, if someone needed counsel, I could probably do that. um, I think if someone needed me to go off and find some information or something like that, that's more of my route of any service I could provide. Or even if I had access to some higher magics to perhaps change the fates or to predict orc movements, that's something I could do. But also, I also feel like that's kind of getting in my way, and that will distract me from my ultimate goal of wanting to expand the Circle of 8 into the Circle of 9. And I kind of feel like that's a little bit beneath me. Very ambitious.
So kind of Morgan gets up there. He lets people know how he feels, and kind of the covenant kind of disperses a little bit. People go back to eating and drinking, and Morgan approaches you. He's like,
Morgan?
"Vincent Fulminari, nice to see you showed up for our little get together here."
Well, I wasn't doing anything this afternoon, and I'd figured I might as well see what the hubbub is about.
"Yes, the hubbub. Have you heard about the orc army before today?"
Oh, I'm sure some plucky young group of heroes will rise up and slay this orc army before too long.
He goes, "You would think so, but so far the valor of fighting men has been quite low. And I feel that we need a push. We need to stand against this army. And hopefully that you would become a part of this. You are a great wizard. I know that you're not exactly a war wizard. But we need good men and know powerful magics. And you're one of the wizards that people talk about around here, Vincent."
Oh, well, it's very kind. I'm sure there's something I could do to, I don't know, like something that'll get my name out there. I'm sure there's something great for me to do.
Yes. Well, hopefully we can speak more in the morning before you leave. We're still in the gathering stages, of course.
Right.
Information gathering. And out of the corner of your eye, you see your old apprentice, Cecil. And he's kind of waving over to you, kind of motioning for you. And he says, and Morgan's kind of going, "Okay, sir. Well,
Excuse
good
me,
luck."
Morgan.
"Oh, of course. Oh, I didn't see Cecil over there. That young man has become a powerful wizard in his own
Yeah.
right. He was taught well. You did a good job."
We'll see. We'll see.
You approach Cecil. He holds his arms out to hug you.
I
My old master.
his arms are outstretched. I'll extend one of my hands to shake one of his hand.
Oh, he giggles a little bit. He's like, "You simply must come see my wife and children sometime.
Hey,
It's been a long time since you've been out to the old wizard's spire."
yeah. To be honest, I kind of forgot about such things. How old is the little one now? Like 2, 1, 2?
He's about 1. Well, no, he's about 2 now. 2, yes.
And your oldest?
He's Psst. Evandrius, how much older was your brother? Evandrius.
Oh no.
Sorry, muted. He's like probably 12.
So 12 and so he's 12 years older than
No,
you?
he's about 12, but I'm about
Okay.
4, so he's about 8.
Okay. All right, he's about 10 right now.
I suppose I got nothing else better to do. Name the date. I'll be there. As a favor to a bright young pupil.
He's like, well, I must insist that you come soon. I'm headed back home in the morning. Maybe you could just teleport with me.
Certainly.
All right. The next morning comes. You say your farewells to Morgan. He still tries to give you the spiel about what's going on.
I'll give him like a yada yada, like a polite no.
Mm.
We'll see, maybe.
Mm.
Come with me with something bigger.
He's
Kind of a deal.
He says he seems disappointed. You think you even heard him say coward underneath his breath. But you were able to teleport safely to Cecil's tower. It's probably a 3-story tower. There's a little town that's kind of grown up around it. A lot of farmers and stuff like that had decided that it's probably beneficial to stay near a wizard's tower, especially in on the outskirts of the harsh north. Because it's not just orcs that come down from the north. Sometimes you get some frost giants, and so Cecil's kind of made a good name for himself here. He's like, he says, "Vincent, what do you feel about this war?"
Oh, I think being a student of history, I think wars come and go. I think every time something big happens, there are always heroes to be found. Perhaps even something that you could look into. I'm sure orcs are. They're orcs,
What if I told you that I've kind of come up with an idea?
No.
Follow me down to my my lab. And he takes you down to like this little like area below the 3 towers, into this large magically lit room. Lots of sigils and different alchemy stuff laying around. And he's got like what looks to be some kind of magical blueprint. And he says, looking at the reports of the orcs, there's something that I noticed. We can almost predict where they're coming. And he shows you on this map. He says, you see this pass right here. That's where they've been gathering around. They're going to come through that pass. But I have discovered something that you might find interesting. And he kind of takes this map and he lays another like illusionary, like an illusion over top of this map. And along the pass, he's got a bunch of looks like sigils and alchemic formulas, a lot of magical writing. He's like, if we can funnel them down this way, I have found a way to mass teleport. Granted, it's going to take a lot of power, and that's where I need your help and a few other wizards. And we can probably teleport the whole entire army away safely to another location far away from Neverwinter. Maybe somewhere to the south.
Cecil, this is quite impressive, I must say.
Give me
Came
an
over this all
Arcana
by
roll.
yourself?
He's like, well, not exactly all by myself. I have I found some old writings from thousands of years ago, and all the alchemical formulas that I've played around with here, they all seem to work. I've been able to teleport quickly on a small scale, but we need at least a dozen wizards of at least my power level. The thing is, if this works, we could bypass this war totally. And no young wizard has to die for this. And you're kind of looking over these formulas and you're like, you can't see a flaw in this. You're like, this looks like it would work. Even, just by glancing at it. And you know these formulas yourself because you've been working kind of this is magic before. He's like, we could keep this from happening and save a bunch of wizards' lives. The problem is, we can't let Morgan know about this. Something tells me he really wants this war to happen.
I think internally, I will certainly feel like a pang of jealousy for not coming up with it myself. And I'll be like, well, very, very good, Cecil. And I'm kind of pondering, or I look like I'm pondering, but I think I'm trying to memorize the sigils for myself. And I'll look at Cecil and be like, so do you have a certain list in mind, a group of names?
He's like, well, there's the only other person I have is our friend Grove. He's trustworthy. We've used him a lot. You and I have been on adventures with him. And I think he can be trusted, and I would bet that he does not want a bunch of young wizards to die either. I have not got to speak with him yet. He has headed back to his homeland. He's for a little bit. He said he would be returning for this covenant meeting, but he sent me a message saying that he was delayed. He had ran into some trouble that he could handle himself. He didn't seem like he needed help. So I'm hoping to get him on board. I did put out a few feelers. I've got some meetings with some of the wizards that I watched who didn't seem very excited about going to war against an army of orcs, especially hearing how it grows day to day.
Yeah, I think if we could pull this off, if we found the right group, I think we could maybe even supplant Morgan. I know he disagrees, but if we return to Neverwinter as heroes who save the entire city without bloodshed,
Yes.
I think this is a wonderful idea.
Excellent. I was glad to have you on board, my friend. He's like, I know you two have some busy days ahead, and I will be sending you messages here and there as I get things ready, and hopefully you can return and devise a plan of action. Because right now the winter months are coming in, so that pass is going to be closed off. So we have at least until the spring thaw to get this plan in action. Granted, it'll give them time to gather more orcs in the spine of the world, but
Well, the bigger the army we teleport away, the bigger heroes we become. And I'll give him a slap on the shoulder.
all right. Well,
So you've surprised me. I'll admit it. You're doing well.
so at this time, you see the 10-year-old Willem come downstairs. Dad. And Cecil's like, yes, son. He's like, what you doing? Is that Vincent? And you've met the littlest one when he was born, but you've not seen him since he's, aged. And he's like, you talk about him all the time. He's funny. I like his beard and hat.
I'll do like a silly old man wizard giggle, and I'll be like, would you like to see a magic trick?
I like magic tricks. Are they as good as Dad's?
No, I'll never be as good of a wizard as your father.
He humbles me.
I'll do like a simple illusion, just like a prestidigitation cantrip or something. I'll just make a little playing card, and I'll shoot it over to the 10-year-old Willem, and I'll be like, something you can show your little brother.
Oh. Wow. And he looks at the
And then-
card. What card did you shoot over?
Question. I think a Jack of Hearts.
Okay.
I think it was a 6 of stop eavesdropping.
And he's like, wow. And you kind of, suddenly you shake away those thoughts and you find yourself back into the cave with Savandrius. And Savandrius, what was your character's name? What was your original name for the boy? Because Savandrius wasn't it.
Boyd.
Yep. Sorry, I muted again. Hoyd.
Hoyd. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He says, wow, I can't wait to show Hoyd. As you kind of come back to what's going on here.
I think walking through the cave, I'll suddenly become kind of very quiet. And I'll be like, I don't think I'll say anything immediately. I'll kind of look at Savandrius, but it's dark. I don't know if I'll recognize anything.
Right. All right. And you guys...
That mimic must have really put a scare into you. Got quite the look on your face.
Yeah. If I didn't know any better, I'd say if Caradoc was down here, he'd try to whack you and knock you off the back of a fucking trailer.
All right. And you guys get yourself back up. Because that's where you guys are going, right? You were going back up.
At least,
Mhm.
yeah, at least Vincent and I were. I assume Quazga and Yip Yip were too.
Yeah, we invited ourselves.
Well, I didn't invite you, so.
Yeah, we know.
Well, not we. I didn't say I didn't invite Yip Yip.
Yeah,
Yip Yip is always invited.
I know.
Yeah.
That's because you're just, too scared to break his little heart.
So, Caradoc, you've been... Sorry, we haven't got to you very much. You've kind of been up. You've been kind of up on the watching The Prisoner, and Shakespeare is like, he's like,
I would have tried to have persuaded Shakespeare to let me sit on his shoulders.
And as you kind of get close to him, you see that he wears a ring on one of his fingers. And he's like, well, people always say life is good if you stand on the shoulder of giants.
Indeed. And
I
you're
love
much bigger than I am.
Shakespeare.
What'd you say, Sean?
I said indeed, and you're much bigger than I am.
What was the other Sean saying? What did you say?
I said two things, Jack and shit. I think that was
Oh.
Joe.
Oh, was it Joe that said? What did you
I
say,
just said I
Joe?
love Shakespeare.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
With your
Great.
permission,
He's like, yeah.
I flea jump on his shoulders.
Wow.
Ah,
How's it feel to see this far from up there?
I've never been this tall.
Can you see Neverwinter from up there?
I doubt it, but can I?
He like, sure, and he throws you up in the air.
Fast, fast.
I feel like the "but can I" was more directed at Rob than at Shakespeare, but you know,
Yeah.
what do I know?
I doubt I can see Neverwinter, but I'm asking maybe I could.
He launches you high to the air, and he catches you and laughs. It's fun to throw people.
Like a little baby.
If I had a son, he would be bigger than you. Hopefully that don't hurt your feelings.
No.
if you took a dump, it'd be
Oh, it
bigger than
does.
him.
I just stand on his shoulders and look at the house to wait for them to come out.
Sister Gorell walks over and she's like, now be careful with him. I'm going to be running low on healing spells and we can't have him getting hurt. Sorry, little lady. And
He couldn't
like-
hurt me if he tried. He's a gentle giant.
I once skewed a goat by throwing it up in the air and catching it on my spear.
I'm not a goat.
I'm glad my character's not up there.
So how do you guys have the spider restrained now?
Couldn't tell you.
I thought he was like still unconscious but stabilized.
Yeah, he's stabilized and unconscious, but I don't know. He's the cage is busted up. So.
I mean, I
remember
probably
Sister-
have rope.
Okay, just
and I
wanted to
would
make sure.
Do my best to tie him up, and then also Shakespeare was like putting a leg on him, so he
Yeah,
could run away. So,
but now Shakespeare's up and throwing you in the air. So
No, I like the idea. He's still got his foot on the spider, and he's just tossing Carrot off up in the air. The spider's semi-conscious, just reviewing every life decision he ever made that got him to that point.
Quasga is the first one to crawl out of the hole back into the cabin. What are you doing, Quasga?
I crawl up out of the cavern, and I kind of dust off my. I think I wear a tunic. Do I wear a tunic?
Two, I think it was.
I think I wear a shut the fuck up.
You don't wear it well. You don't wear it well.
I don't have to wear it at all. And I kind of dust myself off, and then I help Yip Yip out. And then I help Vincent out. And I just stare at Saphandrius and offer him a hand and a wry grin.
I'm good. I don't need to touch that.
Fair. All right. And then I kind of assess the little cabin there. Maybe I roll an investigation, see if there's maybe any loot inside this cabin.
You've already done this before. There was nothing.
Okay. I mean, I don't know who's been there since we've been gone.
Well, I don't think they were to go there and just drop treasure off and leave again.
Dude, I don't know. Could have been the Red Hand, the Merry Band of the Red Hand. There's probably no soup on the stove. So I close the hatch down behind us. I put the rug back on it, and then I just look over at Saphandrius and say, "Hey, Why don't we go check on our dear friend the spider?
Sounds good to me.
Great.
And
Great.
as you walk outside, you see that Savandrius, or not Savandrius, you see Caradoc being thrown in the air by the ogre and caught.
And I say,
you're
the
gonna be so
fastball
jealous.
special, you son of a bitch! And I just take off running. I'm just running full speed down there.
All right. What are you guys doing now?
I guess escorting the prisoner back to Neverwinter, explaining to Caradoc what happened, and well, I don't know what happened, so I'll say what I know.
All right.
Maybe
What we do before that is we double check the restraints. We make sure that the what's his name? Eldritch?
Nailed it.
Grell,
Elder Grail? Pepperidge Farm?
spider.
We double check
Eldrant.
Elder Rance. Thank you. I can never remember that.
You're the one that named him. That's what's so funny.
Yeah, I know. I don't give a shit. To me, he's dog meat. We check his restraints. Make sure he's all tied up, nice and comfortable. And I don't know. Maybe I.
I don't let Quazga within 5 feet of him.
Yeah, I definitely didn't try to break his thumbs without anybody seeing there because I rolled a fucking 12. Yep. All nice and tight.
All right. You guys head out on the road again.
On the road again.
You do not run into any more trouble.
What?
On the road home to Neverwinter. You guys pull up to Neverwinter. Find your way through the city gates. Some guards check you over.
They just let the ogre through.
Huh?
They just let the ogre through. It's fine.
They do not let the ogre through.
Okay.
He's like, oh man. He's like, I guess I'll go stay here in this little patch of trees over here.
Go play in the pumpkin patch.
Yeah. And let it be noted, I think I go with the ogre.
Okay.
I say, you guys got it from here. I give the bird to the Spider Ranch. And I say, hold up. What'd you say your name was again? Spear Shaker?
Shakespeare.
I think I go with him too
Fair.
for a moment, because I want to warn Shakespeare about Quazga. And I'd like to tell Shakespeare, hey, be careful around this one. He likes to hurt the people close to him. He likes to stab people that you don't expect him to stab, and he likes to get in trouble. If you want to avoid trouble, I would recommend steering clear of him.
And then I put my arm around Savandrius and I give him a playful just jab on the chinny chopper and I say, Shakespeare, one of us is telling the truth and one of us is lying.
And then you stab Andrews.
I gut him like a fish. No.
You can try. No. You can certainly
Make
try.
my day. I am itching for a round 2.
All right.
That makes 2 of us.
Yip. What are you doing, buddy?
I'll follow Caradoc with the prisoner.
How long does it take to get to Neverwinter from where we were?
It was I think it was another day and a half.
So when they came out of the cave, I would have fully healed Yip Yip's little broken
Okay.
beak. Because we
Oh,
didn't know if we were going to run anybody else. I'll have to mark it down since I would have healed everything up.
So Gundren left you, Yip, some information about because you were supposed to start getting stuff prepared and having it moved to Phandalin. So you kind of knew that you needed to head back to the house at some point. Not immediately, of course. But he did give you some information and he gave you a few names, and he told you what he needed specifically in his voice, so that you would be able to facilitate a lot of these arrangements with people that he knew and favors that he was owed and stuff like that. Caradoc, what are you and Sister Goril doing?
Oh, I assume she would know where exactly we need to take the prisoner. If I do not,
Yeah, she's
I
like,
would
she's
do
like,
that first, as soon as arrival.
Well, I don't know exactly where we need to leave the spider, but I was told when I got back to town to visit the temple uh, in um, the old graveyard and to leave 3 candles burning, and then I was to stay at um, the Swine and Wine, and someone would get a message to me. So I would. I don't know what we need to do with the prisoner in that time, though. So,
I'll keep him by my side.
all right.
Did the guards, were they okay with just a prisoner being escorted?
You
I mean, I have,
yeah,
like,
they
I
weren't
have official like Harper affiliation that I can show them.
right. Yeah, they let you through. They let you and Sister Goril through the. I have to keep looking at the name I've got written over here, so I know how to pronounce it. So hopefully it'll finally stick.
I just make sure there's no problems with like, hey, you have a guy tied up. What's that about?
Yeah, he's tied up and he's got a his mouth is sealed up. Man, my brain is not wanting to function today.
Gagged.
Huh?
It's gagged.
Yeah, gagged. And
No, his mouth's tied up.
yeah, my mouth's tied up as well. So, all right. So you do that. You get through the gate. You kind of show some credentials. They wave you on through. You kind of had there was a certain guard that you knew uh, as a Harper that you kind of which gate to go through for him specifically. So he knew you. He knew part of your cell already. So he just let you kind of through with no problems. And Sister Goril and goes out to the temple in the old graveyard, and leaves the 3 candles, and then goes back to the Swine and Wine. And what are you doing now, Caradoc?
I'm devoting all my attention to make sure the spider's safe and always under my sight until I know he is taken away.
All right.
It's
Yip
priority
yip. What are
number
you?
1 and 2.
Yip yip. What are you doing?
So that'd be oh
Is muted.
oh there we go. I'm unmuted now.
Yip yip.
So I would basically start knocking off the list for Gundren. So who's ever closest to where I'm at, like I would start there and start working on Gundren's list.
All right. So the first thing you probably should do is go to the house.
All right, I'm going to the house.
Yeah. Just because he wanted you to gather some files and stuff that he had to go along with the favors that he was owed. And as you approach the house, you notice that there is a large padlock and the door seems to be chained. And there seems to be a note on the door.
All right, read the note.
Due to unpaid fines, this house is under ownership of Lord Protector of Neverwinter, Lord DeGalt Neverember. Please see his office to get this rectified.
All right, I guess I'm going to Lord Umberbolt's house.
All right. So you find. Give me an investigation roll.
Ugh.
You're kind of like looking. You've never actually been there, and so you're kind of like looking at a street map, and you just kind of get lost. You don't know where it's at. So it takes you what should have been 2 hours to get there. Has now taken you about 6 because you got
Funny.
down into the wrong part of town. You got entirely too close to Mount Houghton now, and
You would have told me about anything in the city. I should be able to point you to it. I was born here. But
were
that's
you with
up to
him?
if
Were you
decide
with
to.
him when he went to the house?
Now he said he came with me at the very beginning, but I don't know if he would have said, "Hey, I gotta go do this thing," or I don't know what he said.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone with him and Sister Gorell, so I would have just pointed to the list
Okay.
and made a Gundren mimic, and then kind of like went off and did my own thing.
Okay. So yeah, it takes you about 6 hours to you kind of find the the hall of records, so to speak, and kind of think of your old like courthouse type of thing. There's somebody sitting at a desk as you approach. Lots of magical lights in here, and yes, can I help you, please?
So I'm gonna slam that note down on the table, and then I'm gonna get out my old trusty pen and paper, and I'm gonna write down that I need to talk to Lord Cumberbatch, but and then hand that to the lady.
Hopefully you put down Never Ember because you
Never
can
Ember.
mimic.
Yeah.
So yeah, you write that note, and she's like, "1 moment, please." And she gets up and she walks into the back, and she's like, "Right this way," and she leads you into like a large area where there's several guards sitting around and a man sitting at a desk, balding, um, wearing wearing nice clothing. On the desk, you see a symbol for the city of Neverwinter, and he looks up and he's like, "Just a minute." And he says, "I've got a few things to do here and a couple of I's to dot, and yes, yes, I am done for the day, except for you, my young friend. Uh, what is your name, sir, and what can I help you with?"
So I do the old famous yip yip, and then I get out my trusty pen and paper and I write him this note, and it's long, and then I hand it to him, and the note reads, "Listen, buddy, I've had a pretty rough couple days. I almost got eaten by a boat. I got punched in the face several times. My good pal Gundren Rockseeker sent me on this mission to tidy up some accounts owed and some favors. And I get to his house, and there's this fucking note on the door that says that shit hasn't been paid and it's all locked up. But I need to know what I need to do to get in there because I need to get my job done. If you know what I mean."
He like reads over the note. "Yes, yes, Gundren Rockseeker. Oh yes, I know Mr. Rockseeker. He's a wonderful dwarven man. Although he's very forgetful when it comes to paying his taxes, and so we've had to take over his house for now. But interestingly enough, you brought up the fact that you fought a boat, and are you an adventurer by chance?"
All right.
I just nod my head yes, and then I point to my face that's all fucked up.
It's healed. I healed it.
It's healed.
Wow.
I was gonna say I healed too.
Yeah.
Just
And
point to your
it's
bird
also
beak.
been a day and a half.
You just point to your bird beak.
I
Of
lift
course I
up,
am.
I lift open the side of my cloak to show him my short sword, and I stab it, and then I nod my head yes. I'm an adventurer.
Well, that could facilitate quite a bit of these taxes. Listen, I am in need of. I tell you what, I am in need of some adventurers to do guard duty for a couple of weeks. To walk around town and keep an eye out for trouble. And I would say if you've got a crew that's willing to do that for me for just a few nights for a couple weeks, I would waive these fees because we need good help. And looking by your perfectly chiseled beak, it's flawless, by the way. It's no blood or beaten up. Either you have a good healer or whatever. But yeah, if I would think that you would be perfect for this task.
I get out my notebook and I write a note, and the note reads, "Listen, the healer's okay. His his fingers are kind of short and stubby. He's a small person, but look, I'm pretty sure the crew will agree to this, so we'll go ahead and get the job done for you, pal."
The racism is spreading.
He's like, "Oh, well, excellent. I would just have you report back here tomorrow evening. I'll give you a day to settle in." And he says, however, he hands you a key to the house, the padlock on the outside. If you try to skip out town, we will find you. So don't leave. Please do your good deeds, and your fees will be waived.
Good deeds.
Our fees.
Don't leave. And I grab the key out of his hand and I turn around and I walk out of there.
Jordan, you weren't there. You're currently babysitting me.
Sean, you're not here either.
No,
So
I'm
you
right
don't know
beside
that I
you.
didn't
Remember,
try and say that.
you don't trust
No,
me
I
with the
know that.
monster that's 3 times my size.
I don't. I really don't. That's
Yeah.
how bad you are. Not you, but Quazga. You're wonderful.
But I think I've got us out of some sticky situations.
The ones you got us into?
No, the ones on the adventure, but you're too busy not minding your own business to realize.
This is why I got eaten by a boat.
Oh.
You touched the boat, dum-dum. I pointed out the goddamn boat. Hey, that's weird. They left a boat. I would have sank the boat if it was me. And you're like, hold on a second. Is that mahogany? Oh, shit. Now I'm a part of it. Yip. But guess what we did? What did we do, Preston? Vincent? 1, 2, 3. Say it at once. 1, 2, 3. We
Yip,
fucked
yip.
that boat in the porthole.
Yeah, we did.
Anyway, back to the game. Sorry.
That's quite all right.
Fucking sank that boat like it was yesterday's news. Legend says there was a boat in a cave and 3 mighty warriors sank it. It's known as the Tale of the Titanic. It's Titanic, but pronounced differently.
All right, Savandrius, Quazga, what are you guys doing?
Oh, so I'm standing there, just kind of eyeballing Shakespeare, and I'm like, so Shakespeare, what can you tell us about that lady that you are currently working with whenever we cross paths? Nice lady.
I mean, she was okay. I mean, she kind of hurt herself more than she hurt anybody else. I've seen her whipping herself a few times.
Mm-hmm.
She said it brought her closer to her god.
Which god was that?
Lovator.
Lovator.
Yeah, the goddess of pain and suffering.
Interesting. Does she ever make you guys take part in any of that weird stuff she does?
Nope.
Not once, huh? Okay, that's good. Kind of let you guys be free thinkers, huh?
The best thing she ever did was give me this ring, and you see him pull it off, and he hands it to you for a second, and almost immediately after he pulls it off, he's like, "Ring good. Help.
Ring good help.
Not bad."
Okay, should I roll any kind of investigation on this thing? Hold on a second. I don't got to roll shit.
Give him his ring back.
I don't got to roll shit. I kind of look at it and just tell me this. Do I see any special, well, that sucked. My dice hit the side of the screen. I was going to say, do I notice any kind of inscriptions on this ring? Do I see anything special about it?
No, it just looks like a plain ring.
It's an everyday ring. Shakespeare, what did you say she did to herself for her god?
Hurt.
She hurt. Okay, I hand him back his ring. Sorry, one more time. It's been a long day. What does she do?
He puts the ring back on. She would smack herself with whip.
Oh, I kind of raise an eyebrow over at Spandrius. Otherwise, nice lady. Did she have any kind of special like trinkets she carried, like any kind of music boxes? Did she have a favorite song that you can remember?
She would listen to a music box.
Huh. Was there
I
anything?
don't recognize the song.
Okay, you couldn't hum a few bars. That's okay. Was there anything special about the music box?
I don't know. It was pretty, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, how you enjoying yourself so far? And I kind of walk over and, I can't... How tall is this guy? Taller than us?
He's about 8 feet tall.
Okay, so I kind of just give him a little pat on the forearm. How you enjoying yourself
Probably
so
about
far?
9 feet tall.
Christ on a cracker. So I pat him on the wrist. I look up
Probably
to
about
him.
10 feet tall.
Okay, so this guy's 12 feet tall
Look
to
about 30 feet
Caradoc.
tall.
Are you enjoying yourself so far? This new sense of adventure? Any real pros or cons? Our band of merry travelers versus hers.
I like that I get a name.
Absolutely.
I
Striking
like the
name as well.
Shakespeare's.
There you go.
Takes a sphere. Ah!
Do it again. Do it again.
Ah!
There you go. There you go. So, any particular reason why we should really be worried about this lady?
I mean, she works with Zentarum.
Zentarum. You ever met this guy?
I think the Zentarum's a group. Maybe it's a person.
Okay. Fair enough. An entity, we'll call it. Okay. And this lady, what was her name again? What'd you guys call her?
We called her Lady in the Mask.
Lady in the Mask. Fair enough. Any other aliases she went by? Nicknames?
Probably priestess.
Priestess of
Masked lady.
Masked lady. Fair enough. And you got your ring on, right? Just making sure.
I've got my ring on. Yeah.
Okay, good. Ring lady. Fair enough. All right. Well, look, I'm really thankful.
Mask lady, not ring.
Oh, okay, good.
God, you sound so fucking ignorant right now.
Cool. All right. Now, Savandrius, do you have anything you'd like to ask our new friend?
No, so far you're doing great.
Thanks, Chief. All right, cool. Well, any sense of unbridled bloodlust we should know about? Like, if we get to any kind of skirmish, like, are you more of like a kill now, ask questions later? More of a pacifist? You don't really want to get blood on your fists?
He's like, violence is okay. But
Yeah, it is.
I'm not good at talking. So usually if you
alright.
beat something enough, it quits talking.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I like what you did with that prisoner we had, Spider. We appreciate that quite a bit. While you had your foot on his back and squeezing the very air out of his lungs, did you ever have any inclination just to end it all for him right then and there?
No, because my friend Caradoc told me not to.
Fair.
And you should
Okay.
always listen to your friends when they
You
tell you not
should.
to hurt somebody.
And we're friends, right?
I think we're
More like
reaching
acquaintances.
a point where
Fair.
I mean, Caradoc and Savandrius are the nicest to me. You ran
Okay.
off.
Well, I had to go on a merry little adventure because my friend that looks like a bird, and then the husky guy
I
wearing
like
the robes.
birds.
Me too. Me too. What's your favorite
I had
kind
a
of bird?
I had a bird one time that I put in my hand and I petted it and its neck broke. And then
Oof.
I was sad.
Well, our friend Yip Yip,
Alaska
your new
likes
friend,
to break things necks on purpose. He likes to hurt.
only when they threaten me, Savandrius.
I'm gonna
Our friend
break-
Yip Yip, the
I'm gonna
bird,
break the fourth
he's a lot
wall and
stronger
say
than that, but I don't really.
don't like this story. Yip Yip would not approve. All right,
Yeah,
continue.
Well, hold on. As I was saying, well, our friend Yip Yip, he's a bird, but he doesn't like to be pet too much, but he's a hell of a fighter. He's got a great personality. You don't happen to know any bad words, do you, Shakespeare? Anything that you shouldn't say that was naughty when you were younger?
He looks around and he said, Quazga?
Yeah.
That's a bad word.
Oh, you sly son of a gun. And I raise my hand to give him a high five.
He raises his hand 10 feet plus in the air because he doesn't understand what's going on.
Right. Now, can you just touch your hand to my hand? Real slow, real gentle like. Just make a connection there.
And he's like,
Wish.
he brings it down, and like his whole hand is just like could grab your fist and just have room left over.
All right. So if you can think of any other funny words that were naughty to say when you were little, teach them to our friend Yip Yip. He loves to learn new words. And also, from now on, if you say something funny or you hear something that makes you laugh, you raise your hand to one of us, your new friends, and you say mountaintop. Does that make any sense?
No.
Fair enough. All right. We'll try it again later. All right. Well, look.
Mountaintop and giant is Humradjurb.
That's what we used to call getting a boner back when I was little.
Makes sense. Mountaintop.
Yeah, fair enough, right? Okay, cool. All right, well, look, I'm glad that you're with us. I'm very thankful that you had a change of heart back there, right? We're not such a bad group of guys, are we?
He like looks around. He's like, I guess Svandris and Caradoc aren't bad guys.
Fair enough. Jury's still out on the rest of us. That's all right. All right, well, it's been a pleasure working with you so far. Do you like adventure? You got a real sense of, getting shit done? Getting your elbows dirty a little bit?
My elbows are always dirty.
Fair enough.
I never wash.
Me too. All right. Well, I'm glad we had this little conversation.
Yep.
That was a great interaction you two had.
He just said, yep. In one ear and out the other.
Great interaction you two had. That was wonderful. Just remember, like I said, Quazga is very clever and very dangerous. Remember who set that card on fire with his allies in it. That was Quazga.
I look up at him, craning my neck, and I can hear the tendons kind of creaking and popping because he's so fucking tall. And I say, yes, and if you'd ever like to know more about why I did that, I'd be happy to share. Just know this.
Sure. Please, share.
Wasn't talking to you. Just know this. I will never hurt my friends.
He looks down at you, he says, and he kind of gets this mean look on his face. He's like, you better not try to hurt your friends.
What do I roll to not hit my pants?
Give me a willpower save. Or a wisdom save.
A wisdom save.
Alright, you do not shit your pants.
Okay. I let out a squeaker though.
Farts are funny.
They are funny.
Little man farts.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's taking it all in.
Just standing by, making sure that Quazga's not too effective in his attempt to win over the giant without figuring out what the hell's going on with Quazga first. Don't really trust him to be by himself, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's good. Glad you came with me.
Too dangerous.
Oh, hey,
which is really a compliment.
Yeah, before I forget, and I kind of reach in my little bag of eyeballs and other bloody things, and I pull out the music box, and I was like, this look familiar to you, Shakespeare? And I kind of toss it up to him.
Hey, that's Masked Lady's music box.
Ah. You think she would want it back?
I don't know.
Okay.
She seemed very fond of it.
Fair.
How did you get it?
Well, when we went down in that cave, bird person...
You went into a cave?
You better believe it.
I seen you go into a house.
Well,
they wouldn't let me in that house. They made me walk to that house. It was a long walk.
Seems like a lot of people won't let you go to a lot of places. Is that true?
Yeah.
Huh. well, anywhere you'd like to go? What's one place you want to go that you never got to go inside of?
There was this inn on the road that we passed,
Mhm.
and it smelled some really good smelling food.
Mhm.
I tried to go in, and they all screamed and ran out the back door, and they took all the food with them.
Oh, that's horrible. Well, we were on an adventure not too long ago, and I found this gigantic pot of soup, and it was more soup than the 5 of us could eat.
That sounds amazing.
Well, you tell you what, if we ever come across that much soup again, I'll give you first dibs on that. So, do you remember where that masked lady lives, just in case we want to give her back the music box?
No, she showed up later.
Okay, fair enough.
Although I did hear her say that she had been staying in Neverwinter.
Neverwinter. Okay. You remember how to get to Neverwinter?
Yeah, it's right there.
It's like he looks at the gate and he's like, no.
Fair enough. That's all right. We use the buddy system here.
And he looks
All
at
right.
Savandrius and he winks.
I'll
And he
tell him
goes,
later.
he's like, he kind of whispers. He whispers very loudly. He's even dumber than me.
Does a 13 stifle my giggle because I saw the wink?
Well, number one, that's a sleight of hand, so I don't know what you were.
Well, I mean, that was, I don't know, sleight of hand. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on.
He steals the smirk out of his face.
Stealth. That's the
I've
plan.
got your smirk.
Fair. All right, cool. Well, hey, look, this has been a really good talk. I really appreciate you. Since, you trust most of us, in this merry band of adventurers, what are your thoughts on goblins? Get along with them? Trust them?
I mean, they taste good with beans.
Well,
That's a joke.
oh, okay, good. Well, I tell you what, sounds like
I
you're
don't
not
like
really...
beans.
I don't like beans.
Me neither. You know how this guy over here is a bard and he likes to sing a lot? You should hear him play
Anyway.
the old butt trumpet. Well, listen, what I'm trying to get at here is it sounds like you're not really allowed in a lot of places. I haven't talked this over with the rest
I'm
of the
usually
group.
pretty quiet.
Fair. Okay. Well, maybe one of these days we'll get to show you to our Inn of Second Chances. Manor of Second Chances.
Wait. He just said he likes eating goblins. You're not going to kill him like you killed that bugbear?
It's different. I kind of look over at Savandrius. That's different, isn't it?
I don't know. It's hard to tell with you what you consider different and the same.
It is hard to tell. I look up at Shakespeare and I say, I always like to keep my friends guessing.
All right. Yip, what are you doing now?
So, obviously, we got to go do guard duty to fucking pay off the taxes since Rock Slinger's little fucking cheap ass wouldn't pay up. So, I'm probably not going to find Caradoc. So, I know that the rest of those bozos are outside of the town, so I'm going to go outside of the town and find them and let them know, hey, we got guard duty, meat sacks. Let's get to work.
Tomorrow. You have guard duty tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'm heading.
Yeah.
I'm headed to deliver the bad news.
If the did you find out how much he owed in taxes? Because if it's enough to warrant taking his house, I want a cut. And if it's not, he can pay for it himself.
So I'm gonna write out a note to Savandrius and be like, listen, meat sack, I've had a pretty rough couple days. I got attacked by a boat. You're like my oldest companion.
Did you just scratch out Neverwinter's name and put Savandrius and hand him the same note?
Yeah. And then I'm like, I've had a bad day. I got attacked by a boat. You're my oldest companion. Where the fuck were you? You weren't there. And I'm like, we kind of owe Gundren anyways because he's like looked after us all these years. So I'm gonna need you to just like,
I don't know, Gundren. I don't know.
Hold on a
Gundren
second.
shit.
Suck it up
Hold
a
on,
little
guys.
bit.
And
Pause
you
a
chose
second.
to go down that tunnel without me.
Hold on. Pause a second, guys. Vincent, what are you doing? I forgot all about you.
Oh, sorry, I was just chilling.
He just got his hands resting on his tummy, just kind of looking around.
I had forgot. I was like, I thought I had covered everybody, and then I got confused. I was like, oh my god, Joe! I haven't checked in on Joe.
I mean, the biggest thing is I would probably talk to Caradoc and be like, "Hey, Is there like a place that we're all supposed to meet up after we split up? How are we gonna find each other?
Well, I believe at least my plan was we would finish this, and then I need to talk to some people in the town, and we have so much money, ridiculous amount of money. I'd like to gear up a little bit because I believe we want to kill a dragon. Is a plan. Also,
Certainly not the big dragon who spoke to us. She was so
no,
nice.
no. The little baby Venom Fang or whatever his name was.
Hmm.
And there are other things. I was gonna recommend we can meet up at the Temple of Ilmater, but unless you have any other better ideas.
No, I should be able to find my way around. I will find you there tomorrow.
All right.
And I think for my first day here, the biggest thing I want to do is hit the books. So, I think I want to visit the College of Neverwinter. Just see if they'll let me in. Number one.
Okay.
I imagine it's probably where I graduated, but who knows if they know that?
All right. So you find the College Neverwinter. By the way, this city has grown up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Even though, it had a rough patch, 60, 70 years ago. It's grown back up. It started growing back up again. You do notice that parts of the city, especially around the volcano, have been kind of closed down. And you've kind of heard
probably
rumors
that the mountain exploded, and that's pretty surprising.
Yeah. You're like, holy shit, there's lava flows here. But you find the College of Neverwinter, and you see, there's a few scholars kind of inside the front door, and they're like, "Can I help you, sir?"
Yes, old alumnate. I was wondering if I could peruse the library.
Now use your fax machine.
She's like, "Oh, sure. When did you graduate?"
Oh boy, good question. What year did you say it was? Yeah. My
It's,
mind.
she gives you a quizzical look, like, years, sir?
1491.
The old-
Yeah, 1491.
Vincent, tell her it's been a long day. You
pro-
got bit by a boat.
Probably 960, something like that. If I remember.
Excuse me, did you say 960?
Yeah, class of 60. That's me. Right before the.
Give me a persuasion roll.
You got it. Nice.
She's like, class of 60. She says, "Then your name is?"
Perhaps you'll recognize one of the greats,
Cast
Vincent Fulminare the Blue.
She's like going through some records, and she kind of brings up a magical Rolodex, and yeah, I'm not seeing it here. We did have a fire. One of the younger students actually set something on fire, and
His name wasn't Cecil, was it?
no, I don't know a Cecil. But let's see here. Well, what is the highest level of spell that you can cast safely?
Oh, safely. Well,
Please, no fireballs.
No. Do you have something magic upon you?
Yes, I do.
And no, it's not. I cast Dispel Magic.
Disintegrate.
You son of a bitch. My grandfather gave me that ring.
Oh, I'm sure it'll come back.
You know, she just seems flummoxed,
What
and
did your ring do?
it's it casts invisibility.
Mm. Oh, that's quite powerful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it should be fine. It'll come back.
And she's like, she gives you a dirty look, and she says, "Just go," and she just waves you on through.
I'll take off my comically large wizard hat and give like an old man bow, and then my lower back gives out. I'm like, do you think you could help me?
She's like, "I think you'll be fine. It'll come back."
Oh, fair enough. And I'll use my spider staff as a walking cane. Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up on history primarily.
So you're kind of like looking around and you're perusing some history books, and you're learning quite a bit, and you're getting some arcane, or you're getting some history knowledge about what's happened over the last 500 years. And you hear about the volcano erupting here in Mount Hotenau, and the spell plague, and the gods leaving, or the gods dying and gods coming back, and
The giant chasm.
the giant chasm. All the stuff that you know about Forgotten Realms that I probably don't, you kind of know now. As you kind of peruse like the general education areas. And
I'm looking for any sort of mention of either me or the orc invasion or Cecil or
so you're starting to look around that stuff when you hear something from behind you call out, "Vincent Fulminari, the Blue."
I'll stand up and I'll spin around looking. Who is it?
You see a scholarly person, who happens to be a little transparent.
I'll look a little ecstatic at first being recognized, and then I'll see that they're transparent. And I'll be like, "Oh, let me guess, deceased." Do I recognize this person?
You knew it as one of the librarians from back when you went to the college here.
Oh boy, I hope there's no late fees.
He's like, "Vincent, you haven't aged a day." And he's like, "It's been what, over 500 years since you've probably stepped foot in here?"
Well, if what everyone tells me is correct, then yes.
You look so, well,
So young. Thank you.
young. Not the word I'm looking for, but not aged a day since the
skeleton?
last time we've seen you. Sort of.
Have you ever seen the I believe it was either a musical or a play. It's about Captain Neverember, the first Avenger.
Yes, I think.
Yeah, it was a good one back in our day. Do you remember at the end of the play when he fell into the river?
Yes.
Strangely, something similar happened to me.
Oh my goodness. What kind of water was it? Did you get frozen?
Well, not quite. You see, one of my wizardly friends had given me a very powerful ring that had an enchantment, a single-use enchantment, as we didn't really have time to perfect it. But it sort of, I guess, trapped my soul in the ring, because after I had died, I had fallen into a river, and then my soul was stuck on my little skeleton hand. And then when somebody, I was hoping someone would find me much sooner, but it didn't happen. I was returned.
That's very interesting. I don't know I've ever heard a ring that would do that. Seems very...
We were practicing with some experimental things.
Well, what brings you here today? Let me guess, you're trying to play catch-up.
You've caught me.
He's like, so is there anything I can help you find?
Yes, any sort of mention of myself.
Sure. I remember lots of tales, and she goes to a book, and she's like, yes, I remember you had that place here in Neverwinter, that rather large tower. Have you been by there again? And she pulls down a book, and it's History of Residents of Neverwinter.
Mm-hmm.
And well, not she, he looks at it, and he's like, that's odd. It's right here. It's your old house, but it looks like the name is blotted out. I don't know a better way to say it. Look at this. It's like faded. That's very weird. And you look at it, and it's like there's a word there, and it's just like been defaced, but like almost like something was there, but now it's like something has never been there at the same time.
Yes, it seems to be what I'm running into. Either someone very much did not like me, and they went through very carefully and erased me from every sort of written anything, but at the same time, no one seems to remember me, which isn't too surprising, as it was all a very long time ago. But
somebody's nose is right up on that mic.
Probably Jordan.
That's very... She's like, well, how come... This person's like, how come I can remember you?
I don't know if something went wrong with the spell. We were dabbling in some, necromancy, which I'll say quietly, as I don't know if it's still illegal or not. But it seems that, my ghost friends can recognize me, but anyone who's not already dead has no recollection.
Something that you specifically remember that has happened in your past. Maybe we'll try this again.
Oh, specifically.
Wait, weren't you part of the Wizards 3 with Elminster and Mordenkainen?
Yeah. Well, yes. Yes, I was.
Well, hold on. We've got a book of about the Wizards 3 right up here. And, here it is. The Wizards 3. Mordenkainen, yes. Elminster. Who is Raceland Majiri? That's a name I've not seen here before. Do you know a Raceland Majiri?
Out of character. I don't think I would I? That's
probably not.
Whole different world. I would say, no, I remember a young Tasha. I remember Melf. He was up and coming. I don't remember a Raceland, no.
That is very odd. This has to be some kind of joke, right? I'm being put on. I'm too old to be falling for these jokes.
Well, if it is a joke, Kitten, you and I both.
He's like, Okay, well, I'm going to leave you to your studies, and I'm going to try to find some kind of history about you. This is odd. Like, I get, like, forgetting somebody's name, but history books should never forget. You can't just be replaced in history, right?
Wouldn't think so.
This is blowing my mind. And I'm dead.
Well, I'm about dead myself, and I'm pretty confused as well.
Maybe we both have dementia. Maybe we weren't important at all.
I would certainly hope that's not the case. I remember you.
And I remember you. All right. So you spend the rest of the day kind of
Yeah.
reading up on history. Give me a perception check.
Nice.
All right.
Nat 20.
You started talking to the ghost about kind of like the history and not being written in history where you thought you were and how old you were. You noticed a cleric looking fellow, dark skinned, bald, um, and he seemed to take a very astute notice of you. Like he was really studying you and he kind of started following you around a bit, just to kind of watch you. And he didn't seem very threatening, but he just seemed curious.
If I lock eyes with him, does he seem very...
You lock eyes with him, he kind of looks away, and he'll kind of go like over to another row, and you kind of like he kind of goes down another row, and you kind of, if you're looking up from a book or something, you kind of see him on the other side, just kind of staring at you.
I think I'll just kind of... well, I don't know if I would actually. Um, I'm going to try something that I don't think will work, but there's a chance. I'm going to see if I can sneakily send Mr. Gizzard to try to climb up on the individual's back and hide. Empire Strikes Back style.
Okay. Give him a stealth roll using your just give me a d20 and I'll give him a +3 to a stealth. Okay. He kind of
I'll use an inspiration on that if I can.
Okay, sure.
A little bit better.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little better. The lizard kind of sees a robe, sees his robe and sees a pocket, and he's able to kind of leap into that pocket and kind of hide himself. And he kind of scurries up his back, and kind of hides himself in the folds of the robe.
Nice. I think I'll do my best to act casual. I don't know how well I can act casual. I'm a little creeped out. But maybe he knows something that I don't. So I'll try to listen through Mr. Gizzard and act casual.
All right. This man doesn't really make any comments. He kind of watches you. He doesn't say anything. He's not talking to anybody. It's not like he's sending like whispering any kind of message to anybody else. He just seems very curious. And after a while, he finally approaches you. And he looks at you and he's like, "You are a very strange man."
Well, thank you.
No, I don't think you. This is very odd.
I've been told I'm very quirky, kind of white girl energy, you know.
He's like, I'm a follower of Severus. And what's odd is I don't see fate on you. I do not smell any type of fate on you. As if you have been plucked from the loom of fate and cast aside. A loose thread.
Well, I believe that all men should have the ability to change their fate.
Yes, but we're still all tied to the same loom. And you're just a fray.
Well, maybe we should pray on it.
Yes. And he bows his head and he's like, he says a small prayer to Severus to hopefully be enlightening on the answers because he is unnerved by this. He's like, maybe it's nothing. My own god himself had been trapped by another god for hundreds of years. So it's not unusual for one to be hidden away. But it's just odd to see that in another being, another mortal. You don't see it. Honestly, ever. Either you're dangerous, or you're the last hope. I don't even know what else to say.
Well, I certainly don't believe myself to be dangerous. I could barely harm a mimic.
He's like, anyway, my name's Burlew.
Burlew. How do you spell that?
Burlew.
Well, it's pleased to meet you.
Likewise. I hope you find the answers that we both seem to be looking for now.
Hopefully.
And he walks away. And what's Mr. Gizzard do?
I think just listening up until the point, just to see if he reports to somebody. And I don't know. I think I might be looking for an exit. I don't know if I feel safe in the library anymore.
Okay. The man leaves the library, and kind of goes out to the street, and kind of leans against the wall and tries to catch his breath. Like he seems to be you can. I guess you can still see through the eyes of the lizard at this point, and he's just kind of he kind of breathes a sigh of relief, and he's like, "That is the strangest thing, and I'm scared. I must go consult with my brothers and sisters." And he walks off towards the temple.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd be leaving the library, find somewhere to hunker down for the night.
All right. Yip, back to you. What are you doing?
So, I, find Quasga and Cephandrius, and I, write them out the letter, whatever I said earlier about, listen, meatbags, I've had a really bad day. Got my ass kicked by a boat. I got punched in the face. But Gundren needs our help. The mayor, Quazzlebuttle, whatever his name is, said that we just gotta, do guard duty for 4 days, 5 days, whatever it is. They'll waive the tax fees. Doesn't cost
5 days total.
5 days total, doesn't cost us any money. maybe flex our venturing skills a little bit, get some information about this town, get some leads, and then help Gundren out and finish his business.
To clarify, Yip Yip also said, "Where were you?" and that we owe Gundren.
Oh, yeah. I
and I was
did.
about to
I did
respond
say.
to that.
I did say that. Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
Rob, be prepared. I'm not angry at Preston. Okay, this is acting. We are playing
Yes.
a game.
Yes.
All right.
You son of a bitch, Preston.
Yip Yip, can I borrow your face while my ass is on vacation? What the fuck do you mean, where was I? You and Quazga ran off. I found your God's damned note about how you wanted to be some hero and keep Quazga away from the prisoner, and you want to ask where I was? Why the fuck did you wander away? You had a hard day? Who do you think fought those 3 guards that were up on the hill to keep you safe at a range? When goblins just about kill you, who puts them to sleep and saves your ass? Who tailors his entire education to make sure that he can protect you and your frail little bones when you get yourself into trouble left and right? Where was I? It doesn't fucking matter, Yip Yip. Where were you?
I lean over and look up at Shakespeare, and I
Fuck
was
you,
like,
Quazga.
this guy does this shit all the
Quazga,
time.
leave or I will kill you.
And see, he has the idle threats as well.
I cast suggestion on Quazga.
Oh shit! Does Quazga have to make a roll?
Let's find out. It might not even be worth it. I think it's wisdom, but I'm trying. Yeah, he's got to succeed in a wisdom saving throw. 15 is my number.
Now it gets juicy.
Heavy sigh. Shakespeare, I'll be back.
Yeah, you're like, ooh,
Quazga,
mom and dad
Quazga.
are mad.
Quazga, go for a walk as far away from this place as you can in the time allotted. If you have not a walk, a sprint. If you can find a horse that you won't get hurt taking, take the horse and fuck off. Go away.
Do I carry the horse when I do a walk a sprint, or do I ride the horse?
You start walking away as
It's
you
not
say
how
this.
suggested.
Yeah,
It's a sprint. It's a run. It's a run.
you start running
That's the
away, and then Shakespeare starts following you. I'm scared. He's mad.
Yeah, try to keep up. Now, when I get this whole suggestion thing, I can still speak. I just can't control my actions.
I think the thing is that
You
you
just
have to.
pursue to the best of your ability, running as far away as possible. But
Okay.
yeah, you can still talk.
Hey, big guy, see if you can keep me in one place, would you? Let's play a game. See if you can keep me from running too far.
I don't recommend it. Shakespeare.
I don't recommend it, Quazga.
I'm still in earshot. He threatens a lot of his friends a lot of the time.
He's like, I'll go with you to make sure you stay out of trouble.
Perfect. All right. Like the wind, Shakespeare, like the wind.
I like running too.
Me too.
As he catches up to you, because he starts getting in front of you and starts running backwards. All right,
All right, big guy, pick me up.
All right. So, anyways, I get out
Picks you
another
up and
note,
starts running.
and I'm like, all right, look, fine, whatever. I had a rough day. I'm sorry I took it out on you. Thank you for using your
We'll
angel voice to fix my fucking face. But look, can we go do this adventure thing? Right? Can we be a team? Can we do this? I told the mayor we would do it. Don't make me look bad. And then I hand Sphandrius the note. And I put a little kissy face on there.
This is the last thing I'm doing with you. Yip.
Okay.
Meanwhile, my legs are just kicking as fast as they can as Shakespeare just lifted me off the ground.
Lift me up higher.
For the record, let's see how long. So this lasts for 8 hours. So Quazga will keep running away for 8 hours as best as he can. And I'm holding concentration that whole time. That's my entire focus.
But doesn't have a range. Isn't there a range?
He said as far as I could,
don't
and I
believe
couldn't.
so.
Now hold on, let's get technical here. 8 hours is fine, but you said as far as I could. If I'm stopped by a force stronger than myself, technically I can't run anymore, right?
I mean, I think that you're. I don't know. I guess
You
it
don't have
depends
to
on
run,
how
you don't have
Rob
to run in a
wants to
line. You just have to keep us like if you run into a mountain or something, you would have to kind of just go follow the mountain.
So I
Like,
just
I
have to
think if
keep
Quazga's-
running.
I think if Quazga's
Eventually, you're gonna
too-
pass out.
Mhm.
You can't just run forever.
Just checking. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if I can't physically run anymore because big guy picks me up, like, does that negate the spell?
No.
Fair.
I guess you've got to try and persuade big guy to pick you up if you want to come back.
Oh, we already did that. He already picked me up.
Oh yeah, is that true, Rob? Did he pick Quazga up?
Yeah, he picked Quazga up.
He did. Yeah, you weren't there. You were too busy blowing off steam.
How far away was he when he picked Quazga up?
Probably about 40 feet.
All right. If Quazga comes back, I'm not helping Yip Yip.
This
Yeah,
guy and his tantrums.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah, stay the
Yep.
fuck. Stay
Yep,
the fu-
I'm done with this bullshit.
stay the fuck away. He's gonna help me.
Yeah. What kind of, real quick, let me interject as I'm pumping my little legs as fast as I can. What kind of bullshit? Like, I just simply called you out.
You made shit up. What you did.
What did I make up? Let's read a recap.
The
I say
threats about
breathlessly.
threatening my friends, for one thing.
Well,
I don't-
I mean, I
definitely
thought
don't
we
do
were
that.
kind of buddies. We've been palling around for a while.
You thought we were friends. I tried that.
I don't know if you
Well,
tried
we're
very
not
hard.
we're not in talking. We're not in talking distance. So this is just Sean and Jordan. So we're good. But we can Quazga and Safandries can talk about it when if and when they're ever back face to face. But man, Safandries hates Quazga. Hates him. Hates him.
Don't know why I'm not in charge of my actions.
It's got magic.
All right. Well.
We should probably,
What now?
we should probably go find the wizard and the little guy, and they could help us with guard duty.
Sounds good to me. Sorry to yell, Yip Yip.
You're good.
But-
I got punched in the face.
Are we back in earshot yet?
I was upset.
No,
you know?
you're still running away.
Yeah, I'm trying to make up with Safandris right now. Calm down.
I'm just wondering what I'm doing. Just dangling legs.
It's a good band name.
Dangling legs.
All right, Rob. So we're gonna go find the other two wherever they're at.
Sister Gary. Gosh damn it! Let me look at it. Hold on.
Garelli?
Sister Garel.
It's Sister Gary. That's right.
It's just Sister Gary. Yeah.
Mr. Gary.
Sister Garel finally contacts you again, Paradox, and she says that she tells you we need to bring a prisoner to a safe house in Neverwinter, and she gives directions to it. And she says that they're going to meet a man named Asham. Ashim. And you come to this little, looks like almost like a little cottage, and like a rundown district part of town. But when Sister Gorell goes inside, you find out that it's just basically a front, and there's a staircase that leads down into like a dungeon type of area with a lot of different prison cells. And right now it's pretty much empty. And you see a man Did I say he was human? Did I say anything about his
Nope.
Asham?
What-
No.
Ashram? He's a dwarf. He's a dwarven man. He's dressed kind of wealthy. And he's like, good to see you again, Sister Grail. I've got a prison cell right here for the boy. And he says it's all cleaned up for him. Good to have the spider back where he belongs, in prison. Hopefully you didn't run into any trouble. And who's this with you? What is your name, good sir?
I am Brother Caradoc, pain bearer of Ilmater and companion of the Noble Heart.
Excellent, excellent. Sister Gorell has kept me up to date with what's been going on with you, and she is quite proud of the man that you've become around Phandalin, and I am most pleased that you have brought the spider, this nuisance. And he's like,
Do these cells have anti-magic nullification?
absolutely.
Very
And he's like the best anti-magic that money can buy. And when you lock this cage door, go ahead and throw the riffraff in there.
I'll undo my rope and take it back, and then shove him in.
And he's like, good. He locks the cell up, and you see him kind of tap a staff onto the floor, and you see a warding kind of appear in front of the gate. Don't worry, you can step on this all you want. It's keyed to him directly. If he was to find a way through that door, it will go off. Well, let's just say he will not be needing a gallows. So did you have any trouble bringing him here?
We had quite the journey. Yes, we ran into a squad of followers of Lathander or whatever her name is. I keep forgetting.
Loviator.
Sloviator, the other god. Yes.
Lathander's on your side.
Yep. The Morning Lord. Yeah, Loviatar.
Oh, that's definitely not.
They demanded the prisoner.
What did they want with him?
I'm uncertain. I am determined to try to figure that out as one of my next objectives.
I see.
Also, the spider, it seems to be in contact with someone named Lord Albrecht. And I'll give him the note from the spider written to Lord Albrecht.
Oh, this note here that Lord Albrecht was that was the
The note here reads, "My
Isn't
spies
that
never."
Glassstaff?
No, I mean this note is written from or to Lord Albrecht. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell.
Hmm.
It says, Lord Albrecht, my spies in Neverwinter tell me that strangers are due to arrive.
Oh yeah,
in Phandalin.
that was
I'm
Glassstaff.
counting on you, Iarno, which is Glassstaff.
Yeah. Oh,
So it's
Oh.
Spider to Glassstaff.
gotcha.
But I don't know where Lord Albrecht comes from. It's
I thought his
another
name was
person.
Iarno Albrecht. I don't know. I'll have to look into that because I don't even remember that.
I don't remember either.
Okay. I'll have to look into that. He's like, Lord Albrecht. I'll have to look into that, he says. It's like, well, you have definitely outdone yourself. Let me get back to you in a couple of days. I foresee a promotion in your future.
I would be honored.
everybody needs to move up the ranks. We've lost a lot of good members of the Harpers over the last few years. Some people have been thinking there's going to be another a lot of the Harper members are going to fall apart. There's been
That
some
would
bad
be
blood building.
terrible.
But that's neither here nor there. I have several other key members of our local Harper cells coming, and then we will decide what to do with this prisoner. If he'll be executed, if he'll stand trial with the courts of Neverwinter. But he shall be safe here and well hidden. We have several guards outside that are posted that are kind of hidden guards. So, and you're more than welcome to come check in with the on him here and there to make sure that he's still here.
I trust in your capabilities.
Excellent. Well,
I just wish to know the outcome of the trial, at least.
excellent.
He's been a thorn in my side for the past week.
So, who are you? Do you have your own companions now?
I'm traveling with a group that seems to do okay with each other. They're still
do any of them
they're roughing out the edges, but
do
I
any
think
of
they have
them
the capability of working together.
seem like good harbor candidates? We're always looking for good people.
Perhaps one, but I don't know if he's more of a free spirit. I'll
Yes.
bring it up to him.
Okay.
I do need to take one to the temple because I'm 90% sure he's possessed by a demon.
Oh my.
But that is my burden to bear, not yours.
Well. Okay then.
Just let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. The group.
Excellent.
I have some errands to run.
All right. And with that,
Gotta return some tapes.
I'll
and
nod
with
to
that,
Sister
we're gonna
Corral
end
and
this session.
bid her farewell.
Well, thank you for running. That was great.
Yeah.
Was it great? Because I don't I feel like it wasn't my best tonight.
It's fine. It's very role play.
We've got a lot of interesting threads to follow next session.
I wish I was privy to the Savandra is exploding.
The cast at Pixelated Paranormal would like to thank you for listening to this week's episode. Pixelated Paranormal is here to tell you tales of the fantastical, the strange, the unknown. Tales that will move you a little further down the paranormal highway. If you'd like to share your own listener story, we would love to hear it. Email us at pixelatedparanormal@gmail.com. Again, that's pixelatedparanormal@gmail.com. We'd really love to hear from you. Again, thanks for listening to this week's episode of Pixelated Paranormal, your guide to the unusual and the strange.